Good people, what's up? What's up? It's me, L Teddy 27, Angry Teacher Chronicles, all that good stuff. Appreciate you for coming to watch me. Appreciate you for bearing with me another week. Thank y'all for however you got here. You subscribe, notification bell, whatever. Google search, YouTube search, whatever. However you got here. Appreciate you. Anyway, this is my review for Pose Season 2, Episode 2. Let's get right down to it. We start off at the ball. Just, I mean, you can already see that Elektra going back to the House of Ferocity. I hope I have nothing in my teeth because I ate some good corn on the cob today, y'all. And this is so disgusting what I'm doing. But oh well. Judge your mammy, don't judge me. Y'all hold on because I need my drink in this right here. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So I'm back. And Lulu walks the ball and Lulu turns it. She had on this big like I don't know what kind of material that is, but this big skirt or whatever. Then there was this reveal. She had on like a pantsuit under it, and like the skirt stood on its own even after she got out the skirt. It was real cute, real sickening. She got tens, I guess. I think she got tens. I don't know, but she won that category. I don't know what happened was they didn't even vote on her. They just gave her the trophy. So Pray Tell compliments Elektra in the House of Ferocity, and then Candy and Lulu talked to Elektra and they want to know where she getting all this money from. Because she seemed to have a lot of money. Next thing we see is Elektra goes to this club. And it's like this BDSM club. She done turned into a whole ass dominatrix, okay? And this is the perfect job for Elektra. Think about Elektra. Think about all that she is and all that she embodies. Perfect job for Elektra. I mean, she checks all the boxes for what you need to be a dominatrix. I'm so here for her being a dominatrix. So, this is where all her money is coming from. So, you see her afterwards with some of the other dominatrixes. And they're talking about, you know, how booming business is. And she's talking about how much money she's making and so forth and so on. So, I'm real kind of glad about that with Elektra. Next you see Blanca and Angel. And Angel is giving Blanca advice on beauty. And just some tips on like things like hair and makeup and wardrobe. So that she can pass more and not be so clockable. And let me say this. Let me infuse it. I'm going to say this because I got a lot of notes. But can I tell y'all, a show like this is very difficult to do a review for. Which is fine. I'm here for the season. But, you know, they go through so many seasons. I think I said this last week. They go through so many seasons. Some of them are so quickly. And it's hard to keep up sometimes. But I'm going to do the best I can. So, Blanca then goes to check out this storefront she was looking at. And it's owned by this lady named Miss Norman. And Miss Norman recently got divorced. And the storefront was one of the properties that she got in the settlement. And they start to discuss gentrification and so forth, especially with regard to New York City and the gentrification that can and will be happening there. And so Blanca then, she tells Blanca, listen, you can have it. Okay? You can have it. But the deal is kind of like under the table where Blanca's paying cash and Blanca, you know, doesn't have a lease or anything like that. So, yeah, it's real kind of, you know, under the table, you know, seedy and underhanded business practices going on here. Next, we see that Ricky comes home. And Damon is real happy about that. And then they try and go in there and fuck. And Blanca comes in and say, listen, we need to go. She kind of interrupts, you know, what they got going on. And tells them that Derek died. Now, I don't exactly remember who Derek is. Maybe I need to go back and watch season 1 rewatch season 1, I should say, because I don't remember. Y'all help me. Put down in the comments for me, please. Y'all know I always be needing y'all to help me with stuff that I forget. Please put down in the comments and remind me who Derek is, because I don't remember. Anyway, he died. He looked to be pretty young. And so then you see them, and so Blanca tells them, we need to get up and go because Derek died and we need to go to the funeral. So she kind of interrupts their sexcapades. I kind of sympathize with them because if they haven't been with each other for that long, Blanca kind of did interrupt, and they did need to have that cuddle time, that intimate time, that time to, be with each other and hump on each other after not seeing each other for that long. Then at the funeral, you see, this usual cast of characters are at the funeral. Prey Tell compliments Blanca on her new look. And Blanca tells Prey Tell that that Angel has been working with her on that. And so Nurse Judy comes and asks Blanca why she isn't taking her meds. And Blanca, and so they talk about that. Then Prey Tell comes and asks Blanca about the storefront. But I could tell at that point, when Blanca explained to Prey Tell that she was paying cash and really didn't have a contract, Prey Tell gave this look like girl, doll, girl. And so you knew Prey Tell knew that shit wasn't going to end well. But he just kind of let her be happy about it. He didn't want to bring her down. And he let her, enjoy the moment. So I was kind of glad about that. Next, we're at Blanca's house. And like I said, the scenes, they go so fast. Next, we're at Blanca's house. And Blanca confronts Damon and Ricky about not coming to the funeral. Child, Blanca is big mad, butthurt, and all. And Damon and Ricky was having no parts of it. Along with the other two queens, I can't remember their names. The little Hispanic ones, or the ones who look kind of white or whatever. I never knew their name. I really didn't care. They're ancillary characters anyway. So, she's real butthurt about that. And they talk about going downtown and Damon was voguing, and there was a crowd around him and everybody flocked to him, and how popular they were and they became doing with Damon voguing. And the other two queens talked about how they didn't even have to pay to get nothing to eat because people fed them all night and gave them drinks. So and the kind of you would think that Blanca would be happy about that, since last week she talked so much about how revolutionary Vogue was going to be, and signed Damon up to be an instructor for voguing. But she wasn't happy at all. She was real upset about the fact that they didn't come. I mean, she was real butthurt. And like I said, I think Damon and Ricky just didn't want to be brought down by another funeral for another person. When you are that young, you're talking about, I think they're early 20s. And when you're early 20s and your meat never goes soft, and all you want to do is party and bang, party and bang, party and bang, you introducing funerals into my life is a real Debbie Downer. So I kind of understood, and I think Blanca should have understood, and Prey Tell alludes to that later on in the episode. So like I said, Blanca was real butthurt about it. They didn't seem to care, but it was what it was. Next, we're at the house of Ferocity at Candy's house, with Candy and Lulu and the rest of the house there. Oh, girl. Oh, I'm sorry. I got tired. Oh, girl, that was on cue. Anyway, Elektra is growing real tired, real fast of these meager rations that she's giving, and this meager living situation that she lived. I mean, I'm looking at them. They eating something out of these little brown paper bags and pouring hot sauce into the brown paper bag to eat it. Like, it looked like they were eating popcorn or something out of the brown paper bag, and that was supposed to be the meal of the night. I don't know what it was. She had them hoes on Slim Fast. Lulu and Candy had them hoes on Slim Fast because some of them are some big whores. Big whores. But Elektra is just fed up. And I told y'all last week, I am so here for Elektra. There is so much of me in Elektra, okay? I'm just saying. Because I'm a little bourgeoisie at times. I'm a little bougie. And I hate to be places where things are just beneath me. And I'll let a bitch know real fast, bitch, this is beneath me. I don't have to struggle like this no more. And that's kind of where Elektra is. So she pulls her patented move that she pulled that Blanca house, and instead of turning over the table, she pulls the tablecloth out and drops everything off the table and exits stage left. Then you see her going and building her new house, getting some of the fiercest bogers and dancers and people who can sew and people who can walk runway, and she's going out and getting some of. She got a white girl, white girl say, I'm white, I can't be in the ballroom. She said, listen, I got this. She's really going out and pulling out all the stops to make this new house. So we get to the ball. Category is story time. Angel and Poppy went out there to do this Romeo and Juliet mess. It was a mess to me. Listen, I am a realist. As we say in my neck of the woods, I am from the soil. And when you are from the soil, bitch, you just tell it like it I-T-I-S, not I-T. Oh, God. You'll never tell it like an I-T. You tell it like an I-S is. Bitch, I'm from the soil. And I was just not here for this whatever production of Romeo and Juliet that that Angel and Poppy had going on. Baby shark do. Okay? I was not here for it. Then you had the House of Ferocity came out and they did Cinderella. And to me, the Cinderella was much better than the Romeo and Juliet. That horrible ass acting Poppy did, followed by the even more horrible acting that was done by Angel. Girl, I was like, girl, if you don't sit your ass down to fuck somewhere. And I mean, she looked like she had epilepsy and was having a seizure because she was convulsing and stuff. This shit was retarded. It was just retarded. And I wasn't here for it. Next, we had the Elektra. No, I'm sorry. Yes, Elektra comes in to try to introduce her new house. Pray Tell is having no part. Well, no. Before that, Candy gets mad. Candy breaks out the hammer. Elektra breaks out her switchblade, and they start to get ready to go at it. Pray Tell calls security. When things kind of calm down a little bit, Elektra says, "Bitch, I wasn't trying to do nothing but introduce my new house, the house of Wintour, named after Anna Wintour, editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine." And she hit herself a pose. It was so sickening. And Elektra, she never disappoints. It was so sickening. And to pay homage to Game of Thrones that just ended, she said, Wintour is coming. And then I saw that, trending on my timeline on Twitter. It was so sickening. It was so sickening, okay? Anyway, they aren't allowed to run. And so forth. Damon then takes Ricky to the back. No, I'm sorry. That's later. Damon is at the bar, and some guy, I think his name was Chris, who was on tour with Ricky, comes at Damon and says, well, I was sleeping with your man. Or something like that. Well, he tried to hit on Damon, and Damon wasn't having no parts of it because he was like, oh, I'm already accounted for. And he was like, really? Because your man didn't seem to act like that. And basically, he said, bitch, I slept with him. And girl, what? And they get into a fight. You know, they have some words, they get into a fight. And I guess you call it being dumb and young, but really, Damon, if you did not believe that that young man wasn't going to be getting it down while he was on tour, you were delusional, just delusional. But whatever. Next, we have at Blanca's house. When they get back to the house, Damon confronts Ricky. They arguing, they fussing, they fighting. Blanca tell Poppy and Angel to go in the other room, you know, get them some privacy. They say, well, why you staying there? She was like, because I don't want these hoes to kill each other. Even though Blanca and Poppy are still watching from around the corner. So Ricky, not Ricky, Damon tells Ricky, you know, I trusted you. I believe I even, you know, trusted you enough to have sex with you, sans prophylactics. And he yelled, you know, I thought we were monogamous. Girl, I don't know why you thought you were monogamous, honey. Girl, look at him, honey. He's a hot piece of ass and a hot piece of dick. And he was on tour with all these. And girl, if you believe that background dancers are not gay, girl, I mean, I guess Damon is young and stupid and he really doesn't know a whole lot, I guess, maybe. But this is what, 2 years from season one? So you would think that in those 2 years, Damon would have learned a whole lot. And if he been going for that long, 2 whole years, and you think he finna go 2 whole years without having sex? Girl, you're reaching. Anyway, we then see this next scene. Now, the owner of the storefront where Blanca was supposed to be buying, she's, you know, in her home getting interviewed by a magazine or something like that. And they're taking pictures of her and so forth, and all her lavish lifestyles. And she's talking about, you know, what it means to be rich and stuff like that. So then Miss Norman's son comes in, and he's came in from collecting some of the rents or whatever, because apparently she has a practice of, you know, doing this whole underneath the table, I'm going to collect rent from you in cash, and we ain't going to have no lease. So he went to go collect some of those. And so I guess while he was out, he saw Blanca. He tells his mama, listen, that person that you gave that storefront to, or is written that storefront out to, that's a whole ass man. She was like, no. He was like, yes. And she was like, really? And they were like, no, we can't have that type of person in here. So she rescinds her offer. She tells her son, go let her know that I'm rescinding my offer. So, and for some of you all that are, you know, on the lower spectrum of intelligence, that's rescind. 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 Not RESEND. Because you got to spell it out for some of these people. They're kind of slow. I got a couple people tell me they didn't know what incorrigible was on a previous video, but whatever. Whatever. I think that was yesterday. Anyway, some of you people, I'm like a lecturer. Some of you people are so beneath me. Just so beneath me. Anyway, so the son goes over there to tell Blanca, listen, boo, you're not welcome here anymore, okay? She doesn't have the place anymore. You're not welcome here, girl. Thank you for coming. Please drive safely. And then we get to the next scene where Blanca and Pretel talk about what happened at the storefront. And Pretel tells her, listen, you gotta fight, because they start to talk about Ricky and Damon and the fight that they had. And he was like, listen, if you want them to be strong and fight for themselves and fight for what they want, you got to do the same thing. And I think even though he was talking about, and he said out loud, you got to go and fight for your store back or your shop back, he really was telling her, no, you need to fight for your life. and you need to take these drugs, and you also need to let your kids know about your status. I really think he was, saying that, but not. He was being covert about it. I should say he was being covert about telling her that. And they talk about, and this is when Pray Tell reminds Blanca, hey, you want to really come down on them about Damon and Ricky about not using condoms. But he had to remind her, hey, bitch, hey, whore. Remember, we were young, dumb, and full of cum at one point like they are. And we had to get it in just like they trying to get it in. Don't lose sight of that. And don't forget that, they are who they are. And you have to take all that comes along with taking them in. So I like that he said that to her. Blanca then, we see Blanca, she's back at the shop. But this time she done gave the shop a paint job. She's in there putting in work, honey. Putting in this good work, working for her opening. And Miss Norman comes there and she confronts Blanca like, girl, what are you doing here? You're trespassing. Blanca was like, girl, I already went over here to the city commission. Girl, fall the fuck back, okay? Fall all the way the fuck back. I went over here to city commission. I done talked to some people. They said that you're discriminating, and I like she was smart about it. She didn't even say the part about being trans. She said, no, you're discriminating against me because of my color. And they have a team of and they have lawyers ready to work for me pro bono. So Miss Norman was saying, oh, well, I have a whole team of lawyers on retainer. She was like, okay, girl. And then you could tell Miss Norma was lying because she was like, and I got some Italian people too, alluding to she can get them to come and beat her up. Blanca was like, girl, I don't see all that. Girl, I done already been beat up before. Girl, that don't scare me. Girl, fall back. You better be glad I don't beat you up. Anyway, so I like the fact that she's fighting for what? For her shop. Next, we're at Blanca's house. Y'all see how many scenes we got and how much it goes back and forth? It goes real fast, y'all. And Blanca tells her kids about her past as a whole ass whore. Blanca then tells her kids about her status and having AIDS. And baby, at this point, when Poppy, and I loves me some Poppy. God knows I do. And when Poppy got on his knees and went over there crying, baby, they took me out. It took me a few moments before I could make this video because my eyes was all red and puffy. Girl, they took me all the way the fuck out. They didn't get me in episode 1. I was not going to let them get me in episode 1. But baby, this episode, let me tell you something. Poppy took me out. Poppy started crying and Poppy said, if you even get a sniffle, baby, Poppy took me out. Girl, I was over here boo-hoo crying. Just boo-hoo crying. I'm talking about the kind of crying I did when I was a little boy and I saw the first installment or the original Land Before Time. Remember on the Land Before Time when Littlefoot's mom passes away and Littlefoot, and this is one of the saddest scenes in any movie that's ever been made. And Littlefoot and his mom is laid out dead and he's pushing up against his mom and he's telling his mom to wake up. And as a child, you are just bawling, sobbing uncontrollably, boo-hoo crying. Listen, that's how I was with Poppy with this scene. Sobbing, boo-hoo crying. Baby, they took me all the way out. All the way out. I had to pause because I needed some time to get myself together. They took me there tonight. They took me there, y'all. They didn't get me last episode, but they got me tonight. Ooh, girl. Ooh. Good. Ooh. Let me fan my eyes. Who cut onions? Anyway, moving on. You have Damon and Ricky. They go to get tested. Now, there's nothing you can do to make me believe that Ricky keeps coming out negative. That bitch is lying. He been lying since last season. And I still don't believe him. And Damon believing him is the most laughable thing in the world to me as well. I think Damon gonna end up getting HIV, and he's gonna know that he got it from Ricky. And he's gonna have to tell Ricky, bitch, you've been lying to me, because I think Ricky already knows he have it. But I could be looking too far into this, and I could really be assuming. But that's just how I feel. Then we have the Eros ball. We're back at the ball. Then this is the Eros ball, and the House of Evangelista. The category was feathers. House of Evangelista goes. Baby, they got some weak scores. Weak. I'm just gonna call it like it is. They got weak scores. Blanca was up on this throne or whatever you want to call it with them carrying her. Baby, they got weak scores. I think they got 7s and 8s. House of Ferocity came. Baby, they were chopped from the jump. From the jump. I mean, Candy looked a fucking shitrous mess. Okay? Just a shitrous ass mess. And then Winter came. And the House of Winter walked. Baby, they had this whole like seashell kind of thing where there was, they had to open it up for Elektra to come out. Everybody had the feathers on. Bitch, it was sickening, bitch. Just sickening. Listen. 10s across the board. She got 10. You know how Elektra do. Elektra don't do nothing half-ass or, small. That shit was so sickening. They got 10s across the board. They won, of course. And Pray Tell let House Evangelista know, girl, y'all ain't do too good this time, girl. Y'all need to step y'all game up. So then you have Pray Tell gives a shout out to Blanca, just saying, even though she didn't win the trophy and win this category, and we need to go support her because she has a win with her new shop. And we all need to go support her. Then we have Damon goes to the back with Ricky. And they break up. And baby, the only thing I can see, because Ricky goes up to Damon and he starts grabbing on his face and stuff like that. All I could think about was the movie Dreamgirls, the song And I'm Telling You, when Effie is saying, try mister, and she's holding on to, I can't think of these names. Y'all know I'm bad with names. Curtis. She's holding on to Curtis's face, has her hands on his face, saying, try mister, I know, and I'll tell you, that's what Ricky was giving. He was all grabbing on David's face like he was trying to say, try mister, try to love me. And he was like, you're not going to fight for this? Girl, it was a mess. He starts crying, these little fake crocodile tears. Damon wasn't here for it. Damon at that point, Damon did the Capricorn move. I'm a Capricorn. And I always say this about us Capricorns. Thing about a Capricorn is this. And if you're a Capricorn, you can confirm this underneath. What a Capricorn would do is this. We will let you take us so far, and we are very long-suffering as a Capricorn. We often stay in shit or deal with stuff a lot longer than we should. But make no bones about it. When a Capricorn does this, and they turn the page, it's no going back from that. And I know that about every Capricorn I ever met. Once they are over it and they say, I'm done, that is it. It's no going back. It's no apologizing. It's no coming back from that. We are done. When we are officially done, we are officially done. And I kind of felt that's where Damon was. He was like, girl, I'm done. That's it. So next we have Blanca invites Nurse Judy over to the house. Blanca decides to take her meds, which is good. But what I took from this, baby, was I heard the piano. And then I hear Miss Anita Baker, honey. Ain't there something I can give in exchange for everything? Listen, y'all knew. If you don't like Anita Baker, something is wrong with you. Not me, not with the rest of the world. Something is wrong with you. Because Anita Baker, the next about 3-4 minutes, the next few scenes is all Anita Baker. And I did focus, but it was taking me a whole lot in me to focus on what was going on because I was so focused on singing Giving You the Best That I Got by Anita Baker. Come on, Anita Baker! Come on now. Gave me life. So then they have these quick scenes. It was all about, for me, giving us that Anita Baker song. So you got Angel and Poppy, they're out on the water, getting close and stuff like that. Ricky moves out of the house. All of this is going on while Anita, real fast. They pop from scene to scene to scene while Anita Baker is singing. I mean, giving life abundantly in the background. Ricky moves out. Elektra gets a new place. Damon starts teaching Vogue classes. Elektra starts bossing people around at her new house already. And then we're at Blanca's house. Again, all of that took place with Anita playing in the background, giving life. Listen, she gave life and she gave it more abundantly, okay? Now, then we're at Blanca's house and Angel tells Ricky, listen, boo, I know you, and this was the last scene of the episode. She said, I know you and Ricky broke up. She says to Damon, but listen, we all loved Ricky, and the decision that you made, caused him to want to move out, but we all miss him too, and it wasn't just about you. He was a member of this family, and we all loved him. David Praytell says he ain't a member of this family no more, because he done went over there to the house of Wintour, honey, and that was it. And so basically, it's the two queens that we talked about earlier. I forgot to mention, a couple of scenes back, you saw that they had left as well and went I think when they were at the ball. That's when it was, when they were at the Arrows ball, and the House of Wintour won the ball, won the trophy. The two queens went back to Elektra and so forth. So they joined the House of Wintour too. So, Blanca is taking some L's right now. This season so far. Her house is getting smaller and smaller. And she tries to, act like she says that during this last scene, well, we ain't worried about it. We always been fighters. And we always had been the underdog, and we always won. And I'm looking like, girl, I don't know. Because Elektra is over here turning it, honey. Turning it. I mean, we started the episode with the House of Ferocity winning over y'all. Y'all had that awful